Welcome back to Summoner's War. I'm your host, LPO Treat. Today we have two new banners, and hidden in the little news notices. First one is Default 4-Star Monster Summon Event Modified. This event starts tomorrow. Today is July 1st. And so tomorrow, 7 p.m. afternoon, you can do the 4-Star Monster Summon event. If you haven't done this before, you basically do the same thing you always do, and you unlock points, and then you start unlocking one of the elements that you're choosing. And so obviously you want a gold. You probably want one of these 4 units. Lucian, Shayna, Sabrina, Galleon. These are probably the best ones. So you want to say you want Galleon. So then you want to go to element. You can unlock points in the water category. It's going to unlock water monsters until you find the one you want, and then you can click it and then you can summon it. That's how it works, and you only get to choose one. As a bonus, you can choose a 3-star light or dark monster. So if you don't have a Miho now, you just got it. If you already have Miho, you might want Lin. Lin is a high damage dealer who has all 3 attacks proportionate to the enemy's max HP, so very good for the dungeons and bosses, like TOA boss, like all the 3 Karos dungeons. And you get Devilmon, Real Priestal Stone, so those are good. For light and dark monsters, you can't choose Fran, can't choose, this is Fami, and Lauren, and I don't know Dark Cowgirl's name. These are like special monsters. Light Magic Archer 3-star Fami was a centerfold in the Japanese catalog, and I don't think I can talk anymore about that. There's a 4-star Light Magical Archer named Chris, who's a 4-star, not a 3-star. So they didn't do these by name. So, what monsters should you choose? For light monsters, I recommend Kabila. Kabila is faster than Bernard and another attack bar booster. She also has an anti-crit buff and 100% defense break on her first skill. So this is 120 speed, Bernard is 116. Next choice is Grago, the God Shield. He has a passive similar to Leica, takes 5 hits to kill him. I leave him at 5-star, and I pair him up with a shield, like Luis, Kamoon, any of the mermaids, Wusa, and it'll take about 3 hits just to kill the shield. He can take any of the dark monsters, Icarus or Ragdoll, and he's especially effective in that Ragdoll stage. Just keep putting the shields on him, and even if the Ragdoll's torrent and ignored the defense, it's still only 20% damage. And not really effective with the defense part, but it's more to boost his attack. But the immunity helps because the Leo Ragdoll stage is all dots. All 5 of those monsters can dot him, so having the immunity on them prevents him from dying by dots instead of actually dying by attacks. His first skill, damage proportion to defense, that's where the defense buff comes in. 50% chance to stun, 35% chance to provoke. Mostly for that Leo in that stage, but he can crowd control in Guild Wars or wherever you want to use him. So crowd control that Leo, and then everything will attack him, and then all your units can just completely annihilate everything on that stage. The other one I recommend here is this guy. Light Drunken Master, Guild Wars Leader Skill Speed. Attacks 3 times, disturb HP, and then heals his team based on the damage, and then 50% chance to do his first skill. His first skill ignores defense and weakens attack power. This ignore defense is a good high multiplier, can do about 20k if you have attack buff. And his second skill is AoE heal, and then an anti-crit, and then another chance to do his first skill. So it's very fun to just keep rolling, punching, and ignoring defense. And this is guaranteed, it's not like some of the other ones. Guaranteed ignore defense. For the dark ones, I would recommend Jamie's kind of good for the RNG factor also. He awakens in the speed, 110. 3-turn attack bar buff from AoE cleanse. He has an RNG chain fire. This thing can hit up like crazy amounts of times and actually one-shot units, and it's just fun to look at. And his first skill attacks twice and has a 25% chance to ignore defense. So this can hit pretty hard also. And he has his own attack power buff and high speed. Thrain, old school TOA daughter. Second skill, dots like crazy. Third skill, if they have dots, they stun. Very good. I'm assuming they're going to 2A him pretty soon. That's just a guess. Alright, for the 4-star monsters, the one I'm going to choose is probably going to be this guy. He got the Oblivion buff, so now his second skill Oblivion does 3 hits. You can Oblivion on the first hit and have 2 more attacks, and you can potentially kill something that has a passive to prevent it from dying. So you can one-shot a Miho, Theomars, Perna, something like that. And I keep feeding these because I already built the other 2 and this one sucked before. When he dies, he comes back full attack bar, 30% health. And he gets a weird power increase that's not really a buff. It's kind of like a stack, that's what you call it. And I thought this stun, but I guess it's just a 50% chance to disturb HP recovery. Could have sworn the stunned. Otherwise, you can choose one of these newer ones. I don't know if you really want one of the snipers. Song Seal has the prevent them from buffing at all completely while playing the music. And a stun. Sick Child, Mermaid, speed buff, or awakens in speed now. That's what she got buffed. The skill was already like this. And the third skill is a defense break over 2 turns, and skill cooldown time 2 turns. Herney right here, Herney. I already have her awakened fake 5 that I got. She has a leader skill defense. That's pretty good. They gave her Oblivion also for 3 turns, defense break for 3 turns, attack bar reduction 50%. You can do this on a Perna, knocks attack bar down, and then whatever you have after this can just kill it. No problem. AoE cleanse, and throws all the harmful effects on whatever you want on target enemy. So if they AoE defense break you, then you can throw all that defense break back on the other target. I'm not sure if it stacks, I think it's just the default. And then you can heal your teammates if they don't have any harmful effects. So pretty good units. Alright. Second notice. Free rune removal. And it's actually 1 day. Now, quality life change. Make this the weekend event. Every other weekend event from Hall of Heroes and even the old school Elemental Dungeons and the Rainbowmon things have always been a weekend event where it starts on Friday at noon and Sunday midnight. This one, however, is a 1 day only, Friday at midnight, Saturday at midnight. And if they did a weekend event, it would help everyone in the community. Content creators can test all the fun units. Newer players can make their dungeon runs more efficient. And it just helps everyone else. I don't know why they don't do that. Actually, I do know why. So I asked a YouTuber a long time ago, one of the bigger ones, why don't they do that? And he said because there is a pack that people actually buy. $30 for a free removal ticket. and this has been upgraded. So I think this used to be worse. Someone's buying this. Whoever's buying this is ruining it for the rest of us. It's not an end game player because they have more mana they know what to do with. It's not an early game player because they don't have enough runes to make this even worth buying. And even then, I think it's not worth buying. So whoever is buying these, you suck. So, how to be efficient in your free rune removal. Anything new here? No. How to be efficient in your free rune removal. First, you can go to your profile and see how good you're doing. Can you clear TOA normal and hard? If you can't clear TOA hard, your goal should be, well, high as possible, but level 70, because level 70 is a Devilmon. Devilmons are rare in this game. At least get there. Karos Dungeon, what the endgame players start doing is they'll just focus on one of these dungeons and farm it for the whole month. And that's what you can do also. I just have generic teams, I mean just water twins everything, right? Same with these. So, if you notice, water twins, water twins, water twins. Water twins, water twins, water twins, water twins. So I recommend you work on your water twins. So if you don't have the Sabrina, that's obviously one that you would choose for the event. I also don't have BGR5. I don't have the Rage runes or Fail runes. I just had really bad luck on those. So I'm not going to be working on that. However, what I will be working on is not listed here. It is my D-hole. Alunia. If you don't know about this, you can go rank and you can see what everyone else is doing for their speed teams. Here's Valleyberry, she's a Twitch streamer. Teor, Water Twins Galleon. Susana, Water Twins Galleon. Sigmaris, Water Twins Galleon. The other option that I might try is Barbara, Water Twins Galleon. But right now all three of these are really slow and they don't have survivability for this raid. I did manage to do a quick one for 1 minute, but it's not consistent. I just die too much, you waste too much of these points, too much crystals. So I settle for my tanky win team that takes anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes and it's not very efficient at all. So focus on the area of the game that you're having trouble in. And then what you want to do is make a list. Ideally, pen and paper or notepad. Free removal. Barbara, Water Twins Galleon, that's my D-hole. These are the hidden name snipers from my last video. I want to actually give them a, good runes to see how much damage they can actually do. So the Dark Sniper, my goal is to be able to kill something without an attack buff or armor break. Even if they're like on the squishier side. Because otherwise that attack bar buff it gets on his third skill, the passive, might not be a good buff. When Sniper said put him on Vampire, he needs to get hit and take damage. Well, not take damage, but he needs to get hit. And then this at least gives him survivability. My Light Phoenix I probably can put the rate set on one of these. And then I have a Despair set stuck on Emma or something that I might do in between. If you didn't know what he didn't watch that video, his third skill is an AoE strip. If he removes a buff, then he'll apply defense, and then he'll nuke them for damage. So Despair works on it. If he doesn't remove any buffs, he doesn't do the defense break, and his nuke is okay. Miho, Sierra Perna, I pulled these this month. I will ruin those and make them more efficient. Dark Gargoyle, he got a buff, I think he still sucks. Right now I try to make him a tank with defense HP, but I'm going to go full damage and test his second skill. Full defense. His first skill increases defense by 30% for every time it attacks, first skill. Has a 30% chance to stun, which is the buff, and so my goal would be to use him, hit something 5 times, so it's 150% defense increase. So defense by 30% 5 times. So 150% defense increase, have a defensive leader skill, and have a defensive buff, and then see what this thing does. This thing inflicts damage proportionate to your defense, and then it destroys the target's HP by the amount of damage it dealt, and then it provokes him, and then turns him into a statue. It does flat damage. It has nothing to do with crit rate or crit damage. It's a flat proportionate attack, like Molong, like Icarus. It's actually really weak, but it destroys 100% of that damage. So you just take a chunk out. And so I want to see how much damage that can actually do. For the most part, he is just a rock. He doesn't do anything. I try to use him against Lauren, but he's too slow, and Lauren's super fast, and Lauren will just reduce his attack bar and he'll never get into statue form. If he is in statue form, like it says here in the bottom, he just doesn't die. And he's not like a Miho or Gargoyle where there's a condition, he just never dies. I mean, unless you oblivion him. And so, the Gargoyles, the best buff they can get is if they join the battle at the start, they are statues. Otherwise, the better version of him for tanking Lauren's is this guy. Guy with the hat. So Lauren has 3 hits, and they're usually never ruined with crit rate or crit damage, and so there's a high chance that they're going to glance. Once they glance anytime, he'll get the invincibility buff, and Lauren will reduce his attack bar, and so he'll just have an invincibility buff and no attack bar, and he'll have a defense break on him because Lauren also applies that, and so everything is going to attack him, and he'll never die unless you fight a sniper. His first and second skill, stun. This stuns 50% chance. This stuns based on a critical hit, but it gets a critical hit bonus. Also ignores damage reduction effects, so you can kill the other Dark Phantom Thief if they have one and that's invincible. So that's how you free rune removal. You make a list, you figure out what you need to improve on, either improve a new monster or improve a dungeon or area that you're struggling with. And that's what you should be doing. Also, what you want to do is farm as much mana as you can, because some reason you spend more mana than you do during free rune removal than any other time in the month. And it's mostly because you have runes that aren't fully powered up yet, and you have potential of using those over other runes to improve your times and whatever. So anyway, this is LPO3. See you Saturday when I'm doing my free rune removal, and thank you for watching.